Happy Monday, everybody. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in. Some good news for you, at least to start out here this afternoon. The Dominion lawsuits that keep coming up. You've seen, I think they tried to threaten Linwood with a lawsuit, and then they did file a lawsuit against Sidney Powell. Here's another one. Another $1.3 billion that the Dominion Voting Systems is asking for. They're saying that Rudy Giuliani, as well as other people, right, defamed them and claimed, basically that they were defrauding the public. And so they are asking for a $1.3 billion settlement. They say the controversial company filing a lawsuit for the same amount against pro-Trump attorney Sidney Powell, who had been fighting tooth and nail against election fraud earlier this month. Dominion's director of product strategy and security, Eric Coomer. This is the guy that is on record saying he's going to use his business, that he is 100% sure Trump cannot win the election. Eric Coomer. This is the guy that said, he was there the night that they're counting ballots in Detroit, and he says there's no way that Trump will win. So he is filing a lawsuit. In December, he filed a lawsuit against President Trump's campaign, Giuliani, Powell, Newsmax, One American News Network, OANN reporter Chanel Rion, Michelle Malkin, and others that he accused of civil conspiracy and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Bitch is suing for punitive damages. He wants $1.3 billion in punitive damages because his feelings are hurt. Because he runs a company and got so stressed out because his company got busted doing exactly what he said he would have his company do. Okay, $1.3 billion for getting called out? For being threatened to be proven a liar? Goes on. Dominion claims that the allegations of election fraud were demonstrably false. That's a quote. So even though they refuse an audit and will not show you the receipts, and we have forensic math receipts that can prove, hey, there's puzzle pieces here missing that you need to prove, you need to show us what's missing, or you can't say it's demonstrably anything other than fishy. He says, well, no, it's demonstrably false. Anything that you've said about us that we won't prove is false. Okay, take it to court. It also brought up the protest at the Capitol on January 6th for some reason. The lawsuit brings up the Capitol riot as an excuse to not have an audit, as an excuse for why this is demonstrably false. $1.3 billion, please. That's what this is. It's a beg. It's a big beg. It says, in fact, this is, the Gateway Pundit. So Jim Holtz is going to editorialize. He says, in fact, their announcement to attack Rudy Giuliani reads something like from a far left publication. So, how does Giuliani respond? That's kind of the crux of the update anyways, because it kind of depends on how these people respond. When Sidney Powell responds saying, great, sue me, we'll have a great discovery, that kind of gives you some confidence. Giuliani's answer, I think, is pretty great. He says, Dominion's defamation lawsuit for $1.3 billion will allow me to investigate their history, their finances, and practices fully and completely. The amount being asked for is, quite obviously, intended to frighten people of faint heart. It is another act of intimidation by the hate-filled left wing to wipe out and censor the exercise of free speech, as well as the abilities of attorneys and lawyers to defend their clients vigorously. As such, we will investigate a countersuit against them. Well, We will investigate and file a countersuit against them for violating these constitutional rights. So, the Constitution clearly says you have the right to civil defense and a jury of your peers, right? A speedy trial. So, if Dominion is going to sue the attorneys for simply doing their job and representing their client, that would be seen as unconstitutional lawfare, right? What about just saying, hey, you didn't ever prove that what they claimed was false. You're saying it's false. You're saying, you lied about me. Money, please. Money, please. But that's not how this works. You can't just go to court and tell a judge, hey, that attorney over there, he made me look really bad and he made me scared. Right? Don't forget, he says emotional distress was a big part of it right here. Intentional infliction of emotional distress. They wanted me to be afraid. My name's Eric Coomer, and they made me afraid. Give me $1 billion. Please. I don't know where this guy lives, but someone should mail him stuff. Glitter and anything else. A potato. Mail him some feces if that's not illegal. I don't understand why people like Eric Coomer exist. And why they're allowed to, well, Allowed to is the dumb way of putting it, because anyone's allowed to file a lawsuit. Why is this getting any attention other than a mob with pitchforks is beyond me. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I like Giuliani's response. I think it's a gentlemanly class act kind of a response, right? It's all that you'd expect from America's mayor, saying this total of $1.3 billion is absurd. And anyone who knows anything would look at that number and say, oh, this is an intimidation scheme. They want to have Rudy go in and say, okay, let's settle. Let's settle and I'll pay you $20 million. Right? And then hopefully this goes away. That's what they're hoping for. They're really kind of stupid to file this, because Rudy Giuliani's not going to go away. He's not afraid. Rudy would rather lose a court case for the first time in his life than I mean, I'd say that jokingly. Don't everyone go fact check and go find all the cases he's lost. I just say, I think this is a dumb bet. This is a bad bet on their part, because it's a bluff that he will call. Case in point. It's another attack, another act of intimidation by the hate-filled left wing to wipe out and censor the exercise of free speech, as well as the ability of attorneys, lawyers to defend their clients vigorously. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like this video, share this video, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and doing everything else that you can do to keep America afloat.